And welcome back again, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting episode of the Lost Podcast of Titan, a father and son journey through the sci-fi series that unite our generations. And we are in Saturday morning, ladies and gentlemen. We have woken up. We are in our PJs. We got our Cookie Crisp cereal, and we're sitting down watching cartoons. What do you think of that? You had Saturday morning
Oh
cartoons when you were young, right?
Lord! Saturday morning used to be sacrosanct for me and your Aunt Pat and stuff. We were just parked our hiney butts and we watched later on. More myself than Pat, but watching Fireball XL5, Space Ghost.
Space Ghost Coast to Coast. That was on Saturday mornings
No, no,
back
no.
then.
The originals, the original Hanna-Barbera Space Ghost, the Herculoids, Secret Squirrel.
I wonder if Space Ghost
Oh,
Coast to Coast was funnier if you had actually seen the original series.
I don't. That's a good question.
Because I found it funny, but it seemed like you were just dying sometimes.
Oh yeah, because I had grown up on the original series, and the context just made
Oh.
everything better.
Mm. But what cereal did you eat when you were in Saturday morning?
Raisin Bran.
Ugh.
Oh come on, Raisin Bran was great.
It's
Raisin
got
Bran
raisins in it and bran.
yeah,
Like,
and I liked it, and it also gave me regular bowel movements, which is
oh,
probably more information than what our audience is tuned in for.
yes, I'm sure that's why all the young kids in Saturday 1960s ate raisin bran. They're like, I want the regular bowel movements.
I also liked Life cereal, and for a while I was really hooked on King Vitaman.
King Vitaman.
King Vitaman, have breakfast with the king.
No. Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, we are still in our Star Trek the Animated Series run through. We are just trucking through it, and today we have the pleasure of discussing Star Trek the Animated Series, The Infinite Vulcan. Now, um, to briefly summarize this episode, the crew of the Enterprise beam down onto a planet and start noticing, hey, there are buildings over here. Hey, there are power signatures over here. And then they decide maybe to perhaps investigate further. Um, Sulu gets Sulu is an idiot. I don't know why he's the designated idiot this time, but oh shit. He just picks up this randomly moving plant, gets poisoned, almost dies, and they are rescued by alien plant people. Which, to be perfectly honest, was actually a rather interesting concept. I like the idea of the alien plant people. I don't think we
You
have
had
had.
you had your plot right there, but then
Yes, but then, um, things get weird. Uh, plant dragons kidnap Spock. They immediately like this plot goes full bore. There is no stopping on this crazy train. They chase down Spock while Uhura is looking up details of the Master, who is the ruler of these plant people. They go into this underground cavern and they find out that the Master was the fifth clone of an outlaw geneticist who wanted to make a master race of peacekeepers through the galaxy. We're doing quotation marks in the air of peacekeepers through the galaxy. And he's going to use Spock as the perfect creature of strength and logic. And the plant people are totally down with this because this was their plan to begin with. Even though most of their race died when the scientists came and spread a basic bacteria infection, but because he was going to conquer the galaxy, that's close enough to their original goal. They're going to conquer so they're going to go along with this. And we have an Spock is has his mind being drained, and then giant 5-story tall Spock comes into view. Yes, you heard me right. 5-story Spock.
Because we can't get enough Spock.
That's right. I mean, the women are all fanning themselves quickly. What else? So then Kirk reasons with the giant Spock. The giant Spock has enough of Spock's memory to basically come around to the good side and mind melds with his original self to restore his memories and thoughts. And then, and then, and then the episode ends with the crew of the Enterprise and leaving Giant Spock with Giant Hitler on a planet. And that's it.
Oh,
okay.
Nice summation.
When I say Giant Hitler, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, peacekeepers, feel the quotation marks coming through the digital medium that you were listening to me to. He's a fucking Nazi. He's Herbert Goebbels, or no, Goebbels was the propagandist, wasn't he?
Goebbels was the
who was the medical guy?
Dr. Spear. No, wait, not Spear.
It began with an M, right?
God, I just finished rewatching The Boys from Brazil.
Evil Nazi doctor. Hold on, evil Nazi doctor.
Well, you're gonna get quite a list
Mengele.
there.
Joseph Mengele. There we go.
Joseph Mengele. There we go.
Oh, it's Mengele? I thought it was Mengele. But anyway, yeah.
It's pronounced Mengele.
Like, his whole point was to create a super race to bring peace to the galaxy. And the plant people were totally down with this because just before he came, they were building an invasion fleet to bring their own peace and order to the galaxy. And in the course of not even 5 minutes, Kirk is like, well, I mean, you've learned your lesson. We're all peaceful now, so you don't have to do this. And genetic Nazi nods his head, and Spock is like, yeah, sure, whatever. And they leave. This episode was written by Walter Koenig. This is Chekhov. This is his revenge for having Chekhov written out of the series. For the animated series. This is his revenge. He was replaced by a cute cat girl, or... No. He's replaced by the three-armed alien.
Yeah.
I mean, what the actual fuck?
They did ask him to contribute some more episodes. They, extended an olive branch.
Yeah. But... I will point out, though, that for whatever reason... Chekhov's character, or Walter Koenig, is always involved with genetic wars with Khan. Like, he was the only member of the crew to have been remembered by Khan when they're on the away team in the movie, and it was implied because of that line that he met in the original series.
Well, keep in mind he may have been the only former member of the Enterprise on the Reliant.
That's fair enough, I guess. But yeah, so it's like, so the evil Nazi guy came from the genetic wars. So someone was paying attention to the scripts, because Space Seed was season 1, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so the genetic wars happened, was mentioned in a whole whole season prior to him even being, on the show. So it showed he was paying attention, and I like that.
Yeah, it sort of makes sense that the plan people were going to try and do what they had planned to do. They were going to
to do.
they were going. Yeah, they were going to branch out into the galaxy and get at the root of the problem. Boom, boom.
So that the flower of peace may finally bloom.
Exactly, among other
But
things.
Anyway.
Maybe this is where the body snatchers came from.
No. Wait.
Because the plant pods.
No. That happened in the 1950s. They already took over. I mean, remember, You're Next?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all plant people. I mean, you go to the meetings, right? Wait a minute.
That doesn't work so good over a pair of headphones.
No, it does. I also wasn't giving a proper scream. Also, to be honest, uh, no hyperbole. That scene still holds up.
It does.
I mean,
In
just
fact, that's one of those rare cases where the remake comes out better than the original.
Yep. Well, I don't know about
But
that. It had the human face puppy dog, right? Isn't that
Yeah.
also? Yeah. No. Put that away.
I
Stop.
think a lot of people were disturbed by that scene. I know I was.
What, the human face puppy?
Yeah.
Why? Why was it there? Why did the aliens decide? Welcome to our Star Trek
no.
animated series review, everybody.
No, they had made a pod of the street guy, and they also, for some god awful reason, made a pod of his dog. And what's his name? The hero went around smashing pods, and the fluids got mixed in those two pods, producing the hybrid creature.
Ugh.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
But
back to the
welcome
animated series. Yeah.
Infinite Vulcan. Oh,
So I mean,
okay. Let me just go into my major problem.
what's your major problem?
With this, and it's the Infinite Vulcan. The very concept and conceit of the episode
Okay.
is that this is all about Spock.
Oh, he's a giant for all of like what, 4 minutes?
Well, yeah, 4 minutes too much. But okay, early on in the original series, it was determined that Spock was going to be the breakout character, right?
Yes, they have all the fan letters of the women just fanning themselves.
And the thing is, they just kept running with this and running with this, and this was in danger of becoming one of those TV series where, I mean, the TV series realistically should have been an ensemble. You had Kirk, you had McCoy, you had Spock, you had Sulu, you had this, Christine Chapel, you had the skinny ass motherfucker handling the helm, you had the salt vampire running around, and just all too quickly, everything starts focusing on Spock. You get this in several other. I mean, it's not just limited to Star Trek. Gary Marshall made the series Happy Days, among others, and I'm sure he did not intend for Henry Winkler as Fonzie to become the major character in the series. Same thing with Eight is Enough, or Full House, God help us. They have some little cutesy kid, and everything starts focusing on the cutesy kid. And it just drives me nuts.
Well, they have to get their money.
They have, yeah, I know they have
I
to
need
get their
the
money.
money.
But
Give me the money.
MASH managed to pull off and maintain the ensemble concept throughout the entire life of the series. You had various
Yes,
characters.
okay, all right. But MASH had more than one good character. How many good characters are in Full House?
None.
How many-
I didn't like Full House. I didn't like Eight is Enough. All these happy little cutesy poo family shows just make my bowels churn.
Oh, but I liked Family Matters. That was a good one.
You are a pod person. But let me use an earlier example in a movie. Have you seen Son of Frankenstein?
No.
Okay, this was.
I try to only watch good movies.
Oh, come on. The Frankenstein movies, the classic Universal Frankenstein films, were, for the most part, pretty good. Son of Frankenstein was a fairly decent film. A lot of the material was parodied in Mel Brooks's film Young Frankenstein. But the big worm in that apple, who was he? Donnie Dunnigan, a child actor. They had him playing...
A child.
Okay, all right. The plot is that Victor Frankenstein's brother got the nod to go and inherit his deceased brother's estate, the castle, with including all the laboratory and stuff. This essentially is a serious version of Young Frankenstein.
Right.
And bad enough, I mean, he brings his wife along naturally, but also had this brat kid of theirs. He would constantly show up and just go, "Hello!" And several times that kid would be in the clutches of the monster, and just thinking, and I'm there sitting there thinking, kill him, crush the kid, crush the kid. No, I get like that. It's like you probably never seen Rio
Probably
Grande
not.
with John
Nope.
Wayne and Maureen O'Hara. Great film, one of John Huston's Cavalry trilogy films.
No.
But they have this little girl playing a character named Mary Margaret, who, through some abomination of the script writing, manages to insert herself, her cute little butt, into practically every scene, ringing a bell, making as much noise as possible, trying to steal the camera. And I get sick and tired of her. She and the other children at the fort get kidnapped by the vicious Indians, and the cavalry has to go out and rescue the kids. And the way the story was timed, if the cavalry had been just 30 minutes later on in arriving, Mary Margaret and the other kids would have been violated and debauched and massacred by the Indians. And you know what? If that had happened, I would have laughed. I would have laughed and clapped my hands, because that little girl got on my last absolute nerve and still does in repeated showing. I'm sorry if that offends a lot of people, but I have a very short tolerance level for enforced cuteness. The only person who carries cuteness off in kids is Hayao Miyazaki. All the children in his anime features act like real children act. They're actually real children. Everybody else tries to
No, they're animated.
They're animated, yeah, but they're closer to real children than a lot of the live action stuff.
Right, but we're branching off of the Spock issue.
We're branching
Spock
off
was
of Spock,
the break
but okay.
off.
But Spock became the focus of the series. We saw this in third season original with the episode Spock's Brain. I mean, really, could anyone else's brain have been used for that machine? Probably. And here we go again in the animated series. The entire universe full of intelligent people, the Enterprise full of intelligent, competent people, and yet Dr. Caneclius feels that Spock is the only person qualified to be expanded into a, supersized into a 5-story tall creature, and he's the Kwisatz Haderach. He's the chosen one who's going to bring balance to the Force, all that stuff.
But you're forgetting the simple explanation is that Gene
Simple
Roddenberry is a liar, a hack, and a fraud, and he's trying to keep the show on the air. So if the slightest hint that Spock is a popular character, he's going to lean into it. That's why there's the Holy Trinity. That's why McCoy keeps walking onto the fucking bridge whenever anything happens.
I mean, yeah, he leaves sickbay, comes up on the bridge, says, "What the heck's going on, Jim?"
Uhura could slip out of her chair, trip and fall, and then McCoy's gonna burst out of the elevator room like, "What the fuck just happened? Oh my god! I was in my medbay, shaking to the ship. What's going on?"
Have I got enough screen time yet? Can everyone see me? Bring that camera closer. Oh, but do you see the point I'm trying to make? Like we said earlier.
Also, it's another Spock's Brain episode.
Essentially, yes.
Yeah.
We had a completely good story with the plant people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then we
I was excited.
This.
Okay, cool. It's plant people.
Maybe
they'll shed some light on the situation here.
Maybe they could have worked off a plot involving just the plant people alone, like it's fall and their leaves are dropping and it's time to be on my way. Or they have to.
Also, Agmar, the leader of the Philosians, the plant people, betrayed Kirk twice. He tricks Kirk into getting Spock kidnapped, and then Kirk comes back later to try and save Spock, grabs Agmar, and Agmar's like, no, I'll take you to him, and then leads him down a very dark tunnel. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? This is a trap. And oh, by the way, guess what? It was a trap. And we're just going to leave these people, with a giant Spock, and we're not even going to visit this again. this isn't brought up ever again.
No.
They're like,
Although
there's
you think a planet with a 5-story Spock would be of some interest.
5-story Spocks and 5-story genetic Hitlers.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they're still
Accidentally
there.
stepping on the plant people. Oops, sorry, I didn't see you there. And out of all the plant people, I find it odd that the one Kirk grabs was Agmar. How could you tell them apart? Kirk grabs him and says, "I will help you." Oh, it's you, Agmar. Great.
Agmar's always greener. I don't know.
On the other side of the fence.
But anyway, so that is the Infinite Vulcan, which was an interesting episode for all of about 5 minutes before it completely veers off. I feel bad because I like Walter Koenig. He's the best evil telepath ever to be put on screen.
Well, think of it. I mean, this episode may have saved him from a life of doing TV episodes and pushed him further on the trail to acting, and he produced the character of Betker.
He didn't. Wait, he produced Bester?
Or he created the character of Bester.
He created Bester? I thought that was Michael Chizaginski.
All right, he portrayed Bester.
Yeah,
Bester.
he's as an actor.
And you can't think of anyone else who might have done a better job. No. So, we needed Walter Koenig to portray Bester.
Yep. I don't see how that has to do with writing, though. Let's see. Writing credits.
He
what
was
has he written? Renegades, Handball, Inalienable, The Powers of Matthew Starr, a show just called Family, What Really Happened to the Class of '65, which was released in 1978. It's a bit late. But that is his first writing gig. And then he wrote a Land of the Lost episode.
Which helps.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, neither Jeremiah or myself are going to be giving the Infinite Vulcan a very high score.
No, I'm going to give it a C just because the plant people concept was cool. But as soon as we veer into giant, evil, 5-story tall Hitlers, and we're just done.
I'm going to give it a C-.
Well, I hope y'all enjoyed, ladies and gentlemen, and we will see y'all next time with
Hope you enjoyed the conversation.
The Magicians of Two.
Magics of Megas 2.
Oh, that's close enough.
Oh.
Another exciting episode.
Yeah, you people can see where this is going.
Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.